The fascinating world of insects, weird and wonderful facts. Insect encounters can happen anywhere, whether you live in the city or the countryside. Anyone, regardless of age, can step outside and marvel at the beauty and intrigue of the insect world. Join us as we take a closer look at the incredible insects that surround us and discover the wonders of these small but mighty creatures. You don't have to live in a rural area to experience the magic of insect encounters. They can happen right in your own backyard. So grab your bug net and let's go explore. Welcome to the Amazed channel. If you are deeply curious, subscribe and let's dive in. Interesting insects can be seen living on trees, flying around us, visiting flowers, beneath stones, in ponds, sharing our homes, on us, and even on our pets. You can start by using your eyes alone to embark on your own insect adventure. On a beautiful day, why not step outside and observe the tiny world of insects around you using only your eyes? Soon, a bug will appear in the scene. The possibilities are numerous, but it may be a ladybird hunting for aphids to eat, or a worker ant looking for food for her colony, or it could be a bumblebee flying from flower to flower on a lawn. In both the UK and the rest of the world, insects are by far the most diverse group of creatures. Because they are so prevalent in our lives, we often take insects for granted. However, for kids in particular, investigating the world of insects may be fun, enjoyable, and educational. Many biologists and bug scientists simply began as inquisitive small children who ventured outside to explore the world. The saying, "Dynamite comes in small packages," rings true in the insect world in a number of ways. Many times, insects are not the first thing that comes to mind when talking about nature. Contrary to the use of the word pest, insects are rarely the first thing that springs to mind when thinking about the big five, then some smaller game, some large wild birds, and their habitat. However, insects' traits and effects can completely blow your mind. Even while there is a lot about insects that we still don't understand, there are some things we do know. On our planet, insects are among the most significant animals. They are crucial to the health of many ecosystems because they are involved in pollination, decomposition, and nutrient cycling. Did you realize, however, that some insects have also had a significant influence on human societies and cultures, even altering the course of history? The silkworm is one illustration of an insect that altered the planet. Humans have raised silkworms for thousands of years for their silk, which is used to create opulent tapestries and clothing. The manufacture of silk, which was previously a closely guarded Chinese trade secret, eventually extended to other regions of the world, revolutionizing the textile industry and generating new business opportunities. The honeybee is another creature that has altered the course of history. These vital pollinators generate honey and beeswax, which have been used for thousands of years for food, medicine, and other uses. They also contribute to the production of many of the fruits and vegetables that humans consume. In fact, it is known that the ancient Egyptians kept honeybees and utilized their products in a variety of rites and rituals. The mosquito is yet another bug that has significantly influenced human history. Although mosquitoes are sometimes viewed as pests due to their bothersome bites and capacity to spread diseases like malaria and dengue fever, they have also contributed to the development of human history. For instance, the development of malaria is regarded to have contributed to the fall of the Roman Empire, and the revelation that yellow fever was spread by mosquitoes revolutionized our knowledge of how diseases are disseminated. Despite their small size, insects make the most of it. While living as a tiny bug in a huge environment is undoubtedly difficult, there are some positive aspects to being small. Even though an insect has a little body mass, its surface area is far larger than its mass. Thus, unlike larger creatures, insects are not affected by physical forces in the same way. Because of their huge surface area to body mass ratio, they are able to do athletic feats that are inconceivable for humans or even for small creatures like mice or birds. An insect can resist falls because it lands with relatively little force due to its little weight. An insect glides through the air with a lot of drag due to its relatively high surface area, which causes it to slow down as it approaches its destination. Because of their low body mass and ability to distribute it in a way that maximizes the surface tension of the water, insects like water striders can practically walk on water. Flies have adapted legs and light bodies that allow them to walk upside down on ceilings without falling. Insect eyes come in 3 different varieties. Compound eyes are huge eyes that are used by many of the adult insects that we witness to detect light and images. Compound eyes are also present in some young insects. Compound eyes are formed of individual light sensors called ommatidia, which act as a unit to provide the insect a view of its surroundings. Some insects' eyes may have only a few ommatidia, while others may include dozens. The dragonfly eye, which has more than 10,000 ommatidia in each compound eye, is arguably the most complex of all. In both the adult and immature stages of their lives, the majority of insects have 3 straightforward ocelli on the top of their heads. The insect uses its ocelli to assist it sense changes in light, not to give it sophisticated views of its surroundings. The third type of eye hardly even qualifies as an eye. On the sides of the heads of some young insects, such as caterpillars and beetle larvae, are stemata. The immature insect apparently uses the stemata to help it travel by detecting light on either side of it. Some establish bonds with one another and even look after their young. It's possible to think of insects as simple creatures with no social relationships at all. In actuality, however, there are a great deal of instances of insects that parent their young to some extent, including a few instances of insects that do so in male-female partnerships. Mr. Moms are among the arthropods, who knew? A mother bug watching after her young as they grow is the most basic example of such caring. This is the case with some mothers of lacebugs and stink bugs. They protect their eggs until they hatch and sometimes even stay with the young nymphs, warding off predators. Fathers of giant water bugs carry their eggs on their backs, ensuring that the young are well hydrated and oxygenated. The best beetle is arguably the most amazing example of an insect partnership. Best beetles live in groups called families, and the parents cooperate to raise the young. Their bond is so complex that they have created their own word and squeak to communicate with one another. 8. They control the world. There are insects almost everywhere on the planet. They can be found living on glaciers, in tropical jungles, sweltering deserts, and even on the ocean's surface. Insects have evolved to survive at elevations only a Sherpa can comprehend and in the darkness of tunnels. The most effective decomposers in the world are insects, who can break down anything from carcasses to dung to down logs. In addition to pollinating crops and other flowering plants, they also eliminate crop pests. For better or worse, insects are a source of viruses, bacteria, and protozoa. They propagate seeds and cultivate fungi. Even by spreading diseases to vast animal populations and sucking their blood, they aid in population management. 9. At least 400 million years ago, they made their first earthly appearance. We can go back an incredible 400 million years in the fossil record of insects. Although the Devonian period is known as the Age of Fishes, it also saw the development of terrestrial forests on dry land, and these plants brought insects with them. Although it's improbable that there are any insect fossils from before the Devonian period, there are plenty of plant fossils from that era. And some of those petrified plants had signs that they were eaten by mites or other insects. Insects truly took off and began to diversify during the Carboniferous epoch. Amid the creatures crawling and soaring amid the ferns were the forerunners of current real bugs, cockroaches, dragonflies, and mayflies. Additionally, these insects weren't small. In actuality, the greatest of these extinct insects, a griffinfly, a relative of the dragonfly, had a wingspan of 28 inches. Insects, which range from silk moths to honeybees, mosquitoes to ladybugs, ants to butterflies, have had a significant impact on human history, culture, and ecosystems. We cannot ignore the enormous influence that insects have had on the world and on our existence, whether we view them as predators, pollinators, or pests. So the next time you see an insect, stop to admire all of its wonderful traits and to be in awe of the diversity and complexity of the natural world. Thank you for watching. Follow for more.